welcome back to a new Amazing Digital Circus doll. So we're continuing on the hype of the last episode with a new character, and this one will be Pomni, which is probably my hardest redesign yet. And also the reason why she wasn't the first TADC character that I redesigned, so let's see what I can do.
Okay, so this time we will be starting with two Laguna dolls. You see, I kind of like the body of one, but the head of the other for this project. You see, Pomni has this big and round face, which I think the jointless Laguna will portray best, but I really want the mobility of the other one to be able to pose her, so I'll be switching their head. Since Laguna has a lot of body part that Pomni doesn't have, I will be doing the necessary modification to her. And with all that change I have to do, you are probably wondering why I chose this doll in particular to switch ahead. I mean, have you seen my stash? I could have went with one that already has a white body. But no, I kind of had to put myself in trouble here. But with good reason. You see, I could have went with a better everything, but like you guys know, I hate doing bodies. So if I ever redesign the second doll, there is probably a chance that I save myself something to paint as they are the same skin color. And I don't have 50 dolls that I could do a swap like that. There is also the fact that Pomni is technically white, and if I use any of the dark skin colors, anywhere that has a joint will show, because it always peel off. And you know, the blue is subtle enough that I think we won't really see it. Now backtracking a little bit, because you probably had that question, why not the white doll? Well, I didn't like the face mold. You see? So trouble with good reasons. Now, as you can see, I will start on the paint job here, and as you know, when I said that Pomni was white, it may not show on camera, but I put just a little bit of yellow in my white. Two good reasons for that. The first one has to do with color theory. Back to the fact that she has blue skin, I think that the blue may be peeking through is the main issue. You see, I don't want people to think that she suffers from lack of oxygen, though we already know what Pomni does when she's in that kind of situation.
All right, we've entered the blue zone.
Hey, there's something new.
Okay, we're getting red,
Oh, orange.
yellow,
Green. Whoa, look, now she's turning blue.
she was already blue.
Now, moving back to the head, I will be removing her ears, because just like everyone here, she doesn't have some. So yeah, it won't be a perfect job, because I will be covering all of that with her hair. And this part is kind of funny, because of course Pomni doesn't need a full head of hair. And even if I wanted to, I don't think I'm able to do that hairstyle with that much hair. So she will only be getting 3 well calculated spots of hair. Now, I will be working on adding layers to the white of her face like I did to the body. And I can now work on my idea for the face. So I really like the door Pomni. Big eyes, so sad, like a puppy crying. So I wanted to recreate that. And that's why I needed that specific face mold. Now, I know I'm not perfect, and these eyes will never be perfectly round on a not smooth surface. So yeah, sketching did help before I went with the paint, and I also think I could have went softer with the eyelashes, but you know what? I like it. I also went with red pastel for her blush. This was kind of weird because I'm really not sure if the blush was peach or red. It kind of changes all the time, so I went with a red, but try not to add too much pigment. For the iris, Door Pomni really has a black border around everything, so my idea was just to create this black void. Oh man, it would have been so cool if I did void Pomni. Why didn't I think of that? But going back to this, I think adding all the colors really helped distract from the fact that nothing is perfect. So yeah, never mind. Now, I may be crazy, but I did realize that the pattern in the eyes were not mirrored image, but were actually shifted a little bit. So I did think of that while creating the pattern. Now, let's start on her clothes with the iconic red and blue. Now, the sewing part is really what messed me up because it made me not want to do this doll in the first place. I don't know how to make sleeves like that, or shorts like that, or a hat like that. So with my non-seamstress brain, I came up with the idea of just starting with doing a stripe of colors. One red, one blue. I really am unable to figure out how to put this like round like it is at this scale, so I'll just sew it to the body and figure it out once it's done and hoping for the best. For the body part, it is just a 2 squared I sewed together and copied my pattern. And I'm so sorry about that, but I'll be doing that off camera because my brain cannot do all this stuff all together. Like I cannot think about like how I'm gonna film that and sew that at the same time. Now, still in the sewing of all of that, let's do the hat. So for that, I just found an image on Google of the shape of the hat and cut them in half for the color change and ended up with those pieces. I actually think I had to restart all of those at least once because my brain could not comprehend how to sew that. But with some patience and a good show, I was able to finish it and flip it. Now, one other place that needs this red and blue is the glove. So during the resculpting of her body, I added this spaghetti of epoxy clay to create the glove. Like every time I do this, I will tell you again, I will not sew these tiny fingers. Never in my life. So this is the best solution that looks almost like real gloves. This is also the first time I'll be adding yellow to the design, and the next place is the hat. After that, I can sew her in and add it also to her body. Now that all the main elements are here, I can finally give her her hair. So the sides has this cairn cut that goes on an angle, and her bangs get this weird chop. I also didn't show it, but the hat is stuck there with pins so that the hat doesn't move and mess up the hairstyle. Now the last step, and the one I always brush off, the shoe. It was kind of hard to find a shoe that looks like hers, especially in the Monster High universe, so I took what I think would work the best. This also get the swap of colors, and with that we are done and we can go to the final shot.